Cool.
All right, let me grab the YouTube thing. Hold on one sec. Bam, ba, bam, bam. So yeah, today was a pretty busy day. I'm glad you had to sit down with me and get this on the road.
Absolutely, man.
All right, let me move some of this stuff over. And just want to make sure we're actually live, which we are. Cool. Cool. And let me double check on this. One sec. Smart move, you changed the name pretty quick.
Well, I actually had, like I told you, I already had that kind of, like, I already in my back pocket. I was kind of expecting it, just not as soon. So I was like, I already had that. I mean, the name was already there. I just was waiting for it. So I was like, okay, well, we'll just do it now.
There you go. Smart. You did it quick too, and it works good because I was sitting at I was driving and I was like, that was pretty good. You know, VVGS.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
VVGS.
just like vinyl vault grading system. Like I said, I had it ready, and it's on the back of your copy. You saw the vinyl vault grading system. It was already there.
Right.
I just was like, okay, now I'm just waiting for like the final artwork and icon to come back in right now. So you get the one of the few that actually have the first name on it.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I liked it all.
Some point in time down the road, you're gonna be like, yeah, but I had the one with the original name. So
I got the OG. I'm like, yo, you want to buy that?
People will be like, what's this one that says by Sean? What the heck is that stuff? And you'll be like, yeah, well, you know.
Oh man, I'm trying to update the live stream last night, so I'm gotta just change the settings on that and the thumbnail. Let that get into place, and we're gonna let some people get in here real quick. I streamed for like 3 hours yesterday.
Yeah, I saw it last night.
I
was watching it for a little.
I got a bunch of stuff.
Oh my gosh, dude! And I have to say, those display cases are awesome too.
I gotta finish them up. I got this one left. The wiring on them take forever. This one I had to customize. You know, OCD. You want to have everything perfect, right? You want nothing in its way.
Like,
you're like, I want to make sure you can't see the wire. I don't know. That's the way it is. So, but we'll let this thumbnail change. But I want to get into it right now with you. Today we are here live with Sean Staff from VVGS Vinyl Vault Grading System, and he is here to explain his company, talk about himself, and see what you guys think of it in the future. I have a bunch of questions. We're going to get to some questions with you guys in just a little bit. And first, we're going to start off with Sean. So, Sean, tell a little bit about yourself, what you do, and start right there.
Yeah, well, you know, just kind of here, getting myself established. And Cletus, I knew you were the man to go to for something like this, especially when it came to it. This is the first official, I guess, if you will, grading system that I have come up with. A little bit about me. I've been kind of collecting onwards of like maybe upwards to 5 years now. I was also, before that, I was military for 10 years, and so that was really enjoyable. I liked doing that. And once I got out, you know, as most people, I've always had collecting of something, you know, just like everybody else. I collected like Magic cards. I did the Pokemon cards when I was in high school back in the day. And each of those had always, one of those would turn on to the next one. So when I liked the Pokemon, I had those, and then I traded those in for the next thing, and traded that into the next thing. And then finally, I got some Pops a few years back, actually, from my sister. The first two that I got, which sadly I don't have anymore, was a Lilu and Corbin Dallas from The Fifth Element. So those were my first two Pops I got. And after that, it just kind of, like most people, just kind of tumbled on from there and has grown. It got upwards to about 600-700. And about a year ago, that was when I got, my dad actually got me one of my first graded comics. Actually, it was almost about a year and a half ago. Got me one of my first graded comics. And that was what kind of started the whole idea of this. And I just started scouring everywhere to see, why isn't this here yet? Why,
Right.
you know, it almost seemed like it should already be there. It should already be out there. So I did all my research on it, found out that, you know, there, like you said yesterday, there were some that are at conventions that, like you said, look like they're in bubble wrap.
Right.
They're just way too big, and the pop isn't secure. There's nothing good about that. The pop could damage itself and lose the grade that they gave it inside the container that they have.
Yeah.
And that's just, I was like, okay, that can't work. So actually, I have like starting here, I would think about 8 different prototypes that I came up with to finally get to the current one. And once I finally did that, that's when I contacted you about a month ago, and I was like, all right, I finally got something. And I'm like, this is it. This is going to be it. So that's what kind of brings us to today. And now my whole thing is getting established, showing people that they can trust me, and letting them know that this is a real company, and it's not just some like fly-by-night thing. It is real. It is legitimate, and we're gonna get it going. And we're gonna take it off.
Right. So I totally understand. There's definitely a year ago to now, there is kind of a place for a grading system. Me personally, I saw your design. I thought it was solid. It was rock solid. I thought that was possibly the absolute best thing for design and quality-wise. I know a few people were asking questions about it moving around and being shaken and ruined. Yeah. You can't ruin this thing. The only way you can ruin it is if you throw this and smash it.
And the crazy thing is, you could actually... some of the people that I have working here with me, we've stood on it. Like stood on top of it with the pop on it. Gotcha. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't make a sound, doesn't creak, doesn't make any noise. It's 2 millimeters of acrylic. It's what you got for the next closest thing that I can't remember. There's 2 different ones that are made. The current ones are 0.5 millimeter polycarbonate. Like really. I mean, you take any other one of your ones and try and stand on it. Are you kidding me? It'll crush it. And that was one of the things that I spent probably a month or 2 just researching plastics for this thing, which is just insane. I was like thinking about going to the equivalent of a plastic con to find out about plastics just for the box to get made.
I think the quality of this thing is perfect. How are you actually making these?
So I originally made one myself. I went to Home Depot, and this one right here, which is like one of the first real prototypes that I had here, was the first one that I made. And as you can see, it started out with just like a little base that I put in there, and then finally kind of put that on top of it.
Okay.
And that was the first test. And I was like, okay, it's good, but it's not great. So then I moved on to the next one, which pretty much just turned it into 2 pieces, which is what eventually came to be now.
Right.
I sent that off. I got a couple back. The first one I got back was exactly what I sent them, and I had it all up in it was a CAD program. I had a three-dimensional rendering of everything, and they sent it back exactly how I wanted, and I was like, well, awesome. Well, I had sent off to a couple of different places because, like any good person, you're going to try to get 2 or 3 designs, see who makes it best. Right. And then the last one that came in was the actual one that we use now. This is actually the prototype that they sent me, the first one. So this is, I guess if you will, like the beta form of the very first one. And what they did that was a little different is they mitered the edges and they rounded it off.
Which
and
is
just,
nice.
Yeah, and they just took it that extra step, and I didn't even ask for that. They just automatically did that, which when I got this one like 2 days later after the first one I was already sold on. I was like, cool, this is great, this is wonderful. I got this one 2 days later, and I was kind of like, well, I'll see what they did and see, how good they can make it. And sure enough, it came back, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is it.
Wow.
This is the one. And so then to be able to get everything, I actually ended up selling even more of like my grails and stuff to be able to, that's all the money for this came from my pop collection.
Gotcha.
I sold off 3/4 of my collection to be able to get this done. It wasn't just like I didn't just have some bank account or trust fund baby that had this, money lying around. I'm just like any other collector. I put my pops into this to make it happen. I sold off I had an entire, oh my gosh, I had a Game of Thrones set that would make people's heads spin. And I have none of them now.
Right.
None of them. I sold all of those, got all the money I needed to get the first 150 boxes made. So, and all the supplies and everything. So I've really put everything from my pop collection into this to be able to, make it to where other people can have them now.
Which is, it's a great little story for you to be able to be a collector and then actually taking that collection, taking it next further by selling some of it to be able to upgrade and become an influence in the community. Now, when you said you send these out, do these get sent out? So it's two different pieces here. This piece is different, right?
Correct. So it's just like if you look at this one, the one a little bit before, there's a bottom to it.
Yep. Gotcha.
And then they go together, and it's got the seal there on the bottom, like you saw on the tape. And I can safely say you don't want to mess with that.
Yeah,
I won't go into the specifics, but I'll say that it is not easily removed and just put back on.
Right. You can tell after you sent me that picture.
Yeah.
It says basically it's voided, and it's if you take this off, it's basically voided. Yeah. And if you were a actual buyer of this, you would actually be able to see that through this. You would be able to see that the tape was tampered with.
Exactly.
So
and
definitely answer my question.
That's just like anything else to protect that grade. And that's one of those things that I've thought through this. I didn't just, like I said, kind of put this together. I've thought of all the different angles of how everything is done. And when you actually put that base in, it is so tight. The first like 2 or 3, just with the labels on the bottom where the grading is on there, we had to find a specific way to actually put it together because it was so tight that the paper was ripping. There wasn't even enough space hardly for the paper to close.
Yeah, I see that. I can see that happening. That's pretty cool. So, how did you come up with all of this? Like you were like, I'm going to. Would you have comic books? You were collecting.
So, I mean, this was my first inspiration right here.
So you had the comic book.
I had the comic book, and I was like, I just kept, I'm a big comic book person, and I started that, and was just like looking over it over and over and over again. I'm going. The main reason that it automatically started was I was buying pops off eBay, just like anything else, and I was, you get stuff that it's mint.
Right.
Any collector has dealt with this. They say that it's a certain way on eBay. You see the pictures. Sometimes you got a good seller that's got maybe 6 pictures and can show each edge. And then, you also have the people out there that mess things up. And then you end up with something like this.
Yeah.
You get the fake one. It's not real. It's crushed. It's damaged. It comes in an envelope. They don't even send it in a box. And you just, when you see that in your mailbox, you're going, oh my God, what has just happened here?
Right.
And you hit the dilemma of, Do I try to get my money back? Then I have to send it back to the person to get my money back. It is the exact same thing that happened to comics in the 90s when they started, really revving up and eBay was going. People want I have the feeling that people just want something that they know what the condition is before they get it.
Now, probably the biggest question, or one of the biggest questions is, how are you grading the pops? Because I grade pops differently than somebody else would grade pops.
Absolutely.
How would this come to a 9.4 compared to an 8, 10, 15, whatever you got?
Absolutely. So it is a similar scale as a comic book. The highest is going to be a 10. The scale goes from a non-gradable, which would be something like this that is fake. Something that is a fake one, because if you want it graded, I'll grade it, and the grade will be not gradable. You'll still get it, receive it in the case, you'll still get everything, you'll still get what you paid for, but if it is a fake and not real, you'll get a non-gradable.
Okay.
Because that will be the grade that it will receive if it's, and I've done tons of research on, the pops that are fake the most, being able to determine if it's real or not. I pretty much put myself in a cave of just knowledge of trying to figure all that out. But it is a 50-50 box and pop.
Yeah.
Now,
when it comes to paint, you want to grab a box, just a regular pop behind you, and just walk us through it?
Yeah, sure. So, we'll just grab
any pop.
Yeah.
Let's not grab the Deadpool one. It's sideways.
No. So, take this one for instance. All right. The main thing that I look for it's going to be, I do each side, and then also, this is what I have my magnifier here for, is to look at the pop, closer in detail.
So you're actually going to be grading the pop paint
to a degree.
Okay.
So there's because I that was always, and that's been a big issue because paint is the only time that paint will get a hit or something is if there's paint in the wrong place. Like if there's a drip or something.
Gotcha.
Like if you look on yours, on the candy cane, on yours, there's a little drip on the candy cane.
Yeah, I see it.
That's a hit because there's paint in the wrong place. So if all the colors are where they're supposed to be, I'm not grading on exact lines because that would be impossible.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I can see that there is a little bit of a black spot on the candy cane itself.
And that is a hit because there's something significant where it shouldn't be. So the other thing that...
What if the paint is like smeared? Because Funko doesn't make straight lines.
Correct. It would have to be there's different levels of mistakes. There's like small, medium, and different things like that.
Okay.
But it's going to have to be a significant change. But like you said, it's going to have to be something that, oh my gosh, there's a dot in that's not supposed to be there. Also, when it comes to certain things like pops with weapons or like stabs or anything like that, if it's drooping, if it's been heated, something like that is going to affect it.
Gotcha.
So it's...
You see that all the time with the lightsabers. The lightsabers are straight up, obviously.
Exactly.
So what you're going to kind of have to come up with is a sheet that you send out to somebody and give them, this is why it's graded, whatever. Well, you're kind of grading two things.
Yeah, so on when you get, like on yours with the little QR code, the QR code is just like with a comic book. When you scan it, it will take you to the page, have the picture of your pop, and it will actually have, if you go into the website, which, by the way, it's not by Sean LLC anymore. It is thevvgs.com. So if anybody wants to check that out, it's thevvgs.com.
Cool.
So it actually has a breakdown of a pop, and it's grading. It's one of the demo ones that just kind of is a for instance.
Okay.
I believe it's the Jessica Rabbit that I had, and it breaks down each side, top, bottom, left side, right side, pop, and it breaks down just like with comic book dealers. They break down. Okay, is it white pages? Is it,
gotcha.
Just like those, it breaks it down and tells you the main reasons. Now, it's not going to, and the thing of it is it's not going to tell you the significance or anything like that, but you'll be able to see it. You'll know, oh yeah, there is something on that side. You'll be able to see it. So,
I wonder if the grading system should be higher, because the only reason I come up with this is I'm a professional boxer.
Mm-hmm.
And I obviously know about MMA.
Yeah.
And boxing is rated a 10-point round. The winner of the round gets 10 points. Basically through just his boxing ability. Now, one of the biggest flaws I've seen in MMA was they try to use the same kind of grading strategy, scoring point strategy, but there is a lot more technique that's involved. There's wrestling, there's stand-up, there's ground, there's all that. And I thought in the past that their system should be higher than a 10-point grading system because there's a lot more going on than just one thing. Because I could see somebody wanting maybe a mint, I don't know how, you would want a mint pop and a mint box.
So it's just like kind of like the comics. The only way that you're gonna get like a 10, like the gem level, is they almost pick that up from the line.
Right at factory.
I mean that's.
I think I have 2 or 3 like that.
Yeah. No. Exactly. And just like a coin, it's as soon as it comes from the mint, they grab it with a white glove and put it in the grade and seal it right there. It's going to be the same thing.
Now, which is somewhat true because Funko has a thing. I don't know if you're grading off this. You know that 90-degree bend?
Yes, some of them have that
warp bubble. That's
is actually without getting into that. I've taken that into consideration.
I don't think it should be graded. I think that's a damaged Funko.
It's not. It's actually not. That's part of the considerations. That's not part of that because I know some of them have that. So that's actually not a factor in that matter.
Okay, so that's not a factor.
Because there's a big difference. Like I'm sure you know the difference from the China ones versus the Vietnam ones. That's one of the big main differences. Yeah. Right. So that's not.
So it has that rounded edge.
Yeah, because like this one, it's not that tight one like most Disney ones and Marvel ones have it. But these don't. That's one thing that you won't have to worry about. That's not an issue on that one at all.
All right, so let's get back to grading it. So you got your pop. You see that there's a little bit of damage on the pop or whatever. You take what, like a point or 2 off there?
I don't want to necessarily give that away for like the amount, but
all right.
But there's different levels of how.
Okay, so this is a minor, a minimum.
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
So you can have like with yours, you can have a bunch of minors and still have a good grade because they're very, very minor.
Gotcha.
Versus, if you've got something like, of course stuff falls everywhere. Versus something like, I'll show off my, if I can get them out. There we go. Versus something like my, Bank Robber Joker here, where it's got that big,
I see it. Yep.
Dent there.
Yeah.
That's gonna affect the grade.
Right. You wouldn't even send it in.
I mean, just like a comic book. If it's a rare comic book, like if it's a Superman, an Action Comics #1, it may not be in great condition, but it's still a grail of a comic.
Right.
If you still got a grail of a pop,
it's worth it, obviously.
It's still, you still might get a 5.0 or a 7 or something on it, but it's a grail pop graded still.
There's only 10 in the world now, whatever.
Exactly.
Right?
So if you've got like we'll take for instance your White Ranger that you got signed by Jason David Frank. All right. there's what 280 of those or something.
Well, there's 480. I'm
480, yeah.
one of 2 people to ever get one signed.
Exactly. So now, imagine you got not only there's 480, 2 of them are signed, and now you take that one and you get it graded. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I hear you on that.
That's the whole point of this is you're taking something that's already limited and valuable, and you're preserving it at that level.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just the exact same thing with the comics. You're preserving it at that state and time. So again, this is not going to be for your $5 pops, just like you're not going to get a $5 comic graded. If you want to, you can, and if it means something to you, go for it. I'm not going to say don't do it, but it's mainly going to be for those limited editions that are out there, and it's going to be almost, I wouldn't say bragging rights, but bragging rights. It's like, yeah, you may have a really nice one but I've got a nice one that's at a 98.
Right.
And there's only 5 of them at that level.
Now let's get back to this grading, because I got a bunch of other questions I wanted to ask you.
Sure, yeah.
So now you got the pop. You see there's a little bit of damage on the whatever, little minor stuff. You see the bubble's okay. The bubble's okay to have, like you said. Yeah. Now you're grading the corners, correct?
Correct. Yes.
Corners, creases, any things. Now are you looking to see if these things were opened or not? Because I know sometimes on the bottom, on the flaps.
Yeah,
you can tell. You could tell.
That goes into the factoring of it. Yeah, that is a if you can magically do it and not tell.
Right, which is
good on you.
It's not too hard to actually not do it, guys.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say anything like that.
Right, but you're not gonna open it yourself
like
to check it out, right?
Yeah.
Now, like the corners. Sometimes the corners look like they're kind of ripped, or they're folded over. Like this one here, it just folded over, but it looks ripped because of that little small gap. I don't know if there was it was graded because of that at this way, or
it was.
It was, right?
Yeah. There's you have
it's minor, very small.
It says there's a little rip, and it tells you right where it is on the corner.
Okay, so you're going detailed in there. Now here's probably the best one you're gonna get from me.
Yeah.
The alignment.
Yeah.
Now these sometimes are off.
They are, and that is not a huge. That's not a big thing at all.
So, but would it be a minus? I'm just saying for people who are going to send their pop in, and they're looking at home.
It's going to be a very small, very, very, very small. That's what's going to keep it from a 10.
Okay.
It may go from that to like a 9.8. That's that kind of level that's what's going to be the difference between a 10 and a 9.8. Just like in comics, there's a little nit or crush or something on the edge. Yeah, and that's why finding a 10. I don't even know how I would get one. The highest one that I've ever seen it, and all of my entire collection, I've got one that I think is a 9.8. One out of my entire collection.
Gotcha.
That's a 9.8. And I haven't even I just looked at it. I didn't even put it in a box yet. I still have it in a protector. There was one little thing that was just off on it.
Okay, so, and now also the bubble. The little floop gives a little flap.
Yep, that is a factor.
Okay.
Whether or not it's flat or not, because obviously, and it's when I see it. Because once it goes into the box, it's not going to be there. You're not going to see it.
Right, obviously. Yep.
But the second you take it out, if it's already got it in there, a lifetime, even in my vault, isn't going to take that away.
Yeah.
The second you cut it open and it pulls back out, it'll be there. So that is a factor, yes. Not a big one, but it is a factor.
Out of all of those, which one would be the biggest factor? The having the flap, the alignment, the corner rip. I totally get that one. That one's probably like one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, it's actually I'll be vague and specific at the same time. It's going to be about how big of a problem it is, how big of a scratch it is, how big of a dent it is. It's going to be the larger the problem, or the issue, the more it's going to affect it. So if it's really small, minute, it's not going to affect it that much. It will affect it, but like something, again, like if we go back to my wonderful one that got sent to me from China here, like something good. Like that, and that were like a whole panel. Like I haven't actually had to take this back together. Like, I mean,
but like you said though, you might get a OG Disney Common that's like that, and just like Pop Price Guide or Stashpedia, they technically grade those because they're the only ones in existence.
Exactly.
So that's a thing for you.
Just because it's messed up, just like a comic, doesn't mean it's not valuable. It's still going to have whatever value the guides and everything. And I'm not trying to compete with any of them. Like we've seen in some of the comments, it's kind of creating a whole second price point. It's kind of going to be that raw versus graded price point. So, and I'm not even going to create the price point. That's not mine to create. That's for the consumers and everybody that buys these. They go, all right, there's a graded one out there now. The regular price is $400, and there's one out there now that's a 9.0. Well, it's going to sell for whatever someone's going to buy it for. I'm not trying to create. I'm creating a second price point, but I'm not going to create the price at all.
Right. Yeah, your job is just to grade it, but you technically have to grade that kind of one on that rare standpoint. Now, are all these graded pops going into a system? Like there can be a list on the website, however you got it.
Well, it's not going to be just like we have a I've got somebody who's created an entire data system. We're good. As soon as it gets scanned in, we've got everything. So like it doesn't have to have a UPC because some don't have UPCs. But every single one is going into a system, and every single one that gets graded is going to be there. We're going to have information on every single one. So if in the future anybody like, Pop Price Guide or somebody goes, hey, we want to know how many of what you have, I go, all right, sure, I'll give that to you for a fee. I'm not going to just...
Well, I can see this happening. Obviously, I collect Pokemon cards, right?
Yeah.
Some people, they like to have, because they see that, say there's 50 of these graded.
Yeah.
But they go and grab an Olaf. They want to send it in so they can have the only one graded.
Exactly.
Right? They want to have the only one. And then all you can see there's 50 of these eventually. Yeah. So I can see people in the future going on the database and checking out which one's not graded, and then they can use that and be like, hey, I got the only one. I got the only one graded. I got the only Pikachu pop graded. Nobody else got one. And I got the one that's a 9.5 or 9.10, whatever. 10.
I might do that. I'm still trying to decide whether the public part of that, it's a possibility just to be able to see, like you said, because, I want the only... I mean, as of right now...
It's funny to send it. I'm going to be like, hey, here's my Big Bird.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like, here, I own the only one. I know all the other the card companies do that. That's why they want to see how many is graded. And that tells you how many, if that pop's actually pretty valuable or not, or a card being valuable. If there's 10,000, if there's 2,000 Charizards that are graded by that, you go, all right, there's overkill on it. That's not a good pop there. Just like if the Vegito Metallic came out and everybody just sent them in, you go, all right, we already know that. But if there's only one, you're like, all right, you'll do it for yourself, funny, or you might do it for good reason.
For profit. Yeah.
Right.
Like you said, the Metallic Vegetas just came out. Some flipper or someone might go, all right, I'm going to buy 8 of these, and I'm going to get 8 of them graded real quick, and I'm the first one with all 8 graded.
Right.
And I could resell them super high because I'm the only one with these 8 graded right now.
Well, I think it's more of a personal preference because it's like, hey, I have something you don't have. I have the one and only. Yay! Whatever. I got the Execute Funko. Pokemon card.
Yeah.
I got it. It's not valuable or rare, but I got one and I got the only one, which feels pretty cool. I got one of 2, right?
Yeah, what I may do is I may give I'll probably give how many of each are graded, but not the specifics on each one, because that will be for each specific QR code.
Yeah, okay. So, Well, like the details, I can see that. Like, obviously, the details for that customer only, and that's only for them.
Exactly.
But you could say that there's
10 of them graded.
10 whatever, 9.5s or 9 up or 110, whatever you want. I think that'd be pretty cool just to go on there.
And like you said, because then people can look at that and see that and go, hey, I mean, as of right now, you've got one that's graded. Everything else out there isn't graded yet. So if you want the first one graded, send it in, you know?
Right. Which people want to do. I'm just going to ask a quick question here because people could be asking me, what is the price to just send them in to get graded? And just right give an estimated amount of time for that. And basically, in the right way, are they going to send you a Funko Pop, or are you going to send us the case to put it in? Or so go through the whole process. Sure. If I want to go on your website right now and purchase one of these.
Sure. So as of right now, the way that you're going to do it is you go to thevvgs.com. You go in there. As soon as you load it up, there's a little buy it now button. If you want to just go straight to it, you can do that. We've got a little bit of history and stuff. We've got a page. But as of right now, it's $40 for the grade. For that, when you get in there, you can decide the level of insurance based on your pop. And so, like, if you've got, like a Grail pop that's worth more, you get the insurance for it. But you're going to have to decide what level of insurance you want for it.
And what's the insurance for?
Like, for shipping it. Because it's got to be shipped to me right now.
Right, and I want to make sure if I got to send you $1,000 pop, I want to make sure it's insured.
Yeah, gotcha. So everybody who wants one will be shipping it to me. I know there's a big trust thing right now, and that's where we're at. We're going to be building that. I've already got 3 or 4 people that I know want to get this done, and they've got some nice pops that they want to send in. And I understand there's a trust, but you'll start seeing it, and then this trust will build. And I know people are like, it's an expensive pop, and I know. Right. I'm not here to collect people's pops. If I was doing that, why would I put my face out everywhere?
I hear it every day.
But they are responsible for the level of insurance that they want to choose for that.
Okay, that makes sense.
And then it comes here, and then once it's here, we have the system that we have in place right now. I will never actually touch your pop with my bare hands. I've got jeweler's gloves. Everything that happens here, the second that it comes out of that box, if it's a $5 pop, if it's a $5,000 pop, they all get treated the same way. They all get the white or black glove treatment in this case. Everything gets handled perfectly. The second, it's only going to be out of the box
maybe one gets a little bit more of a smile.
What's that?
Maybe one gets a little bit more of a smile.
Yeah, I mean,
you're like, I got the holographic.
We have different graders. We do have different graders. I am not the only person grading. The other people just don't want to kind of be a part of. Gotcha. They want to kind of remain in the background right now.
Your business.
Literally in the background right now.
I don't even want to see what they look like, anyways.
I'm not going to tell you what they just did.
So, all right, with that being said, how many people do you have grading? How is this even being ran? Is it like, are they part of your
team
together? Are you guys doing it together, or is everybody just working out?
We all know how to do every single part of it. Everybody knows how to grade. Everybody knows how to receive. And the main thing that happens is, if you receive it, you don't grade it, because it's the fair, firm, and impartial treatment. So, like, if I was to get another one from you, which, by the way, all 3 of us graded yours, because
now would that be on here, like graded on my QR code? Would it be graded by Sean, Alex, and Mike? Blah blah.
Unfortunately, it's not. The reason that I said that is because we don't want we want
somebody getting that one guy. Gotcha. Like,
yeah, we don't want someone to be like,
sucks.
oh, well, Sean graded it. He did a horrible job. Alex does a better job. We don't want any of that happening. So I may grade it. One of the other people may grade it. But if we get, that's the way. So if somebody receives it, one of the other 2 people is going to grade it, and they're probably at first both going to grade it. So it's got more than just one person looking at it.
So as of right now, there's 2 or 3 people looking per pop.
Correct. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because again, now the biggest question that's been asked over and over from Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube is, what qualifies you as the guy?
And here's my answer. Nothing. What qualifies the first person to grade a comic? They had a love and a passion.
They had to start a company, fight everybody through it, and be the guy that started it. Now,
and that is what I plan on doing.
I mentioned you going to the convention, going to the cons, and going all that stuff, which is great. By the way, guys, we're going to do a giveaway for one of these, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to do a giveaway today for one of these motherfuckers. So, hi, Jedi. How you doing? Jedi asked him why this is needed. I kind of see the point in going into 2019 of a point of this actually being needed. If you go to these conventions, there's more Funko Pops than any other thing out there. There's out of every booth, there's more Funko Pops right there. I can see people literally taking their pop, coming from the convention, and going right to your booth and be like, "Hey, can you grade my pop?" and send it back to me.
I have set up in this coming April. This coming April, I'm going to go to my first convention, but I'm getting all that finalized and ready right now. But yeah, no, that was another thing that I said. I was like, you go to a convention like, we'll say New York or wherever, and we've seen all of your videos before. What do you have to do? You have to get it shipped back because you're not going to carry all that stuff on a plane. Well, okay, you just bought a $500 pop, and you're going, oh my gosh. Not only that, you have to carry it around in a
I understand
bag.
that.
Oh my gosh, and what if some, clown in a big, huge cosplay suit doesn't see you and bumps into you?
Right.
Smash. Now,
people just take it their pop right and head over to you.
They go right over, they go, hey, there's VVGS right there. We drop it off for this fee. And he, not only does it get back to me safe, it's vaulted and ready to go. And I can put it right up on my shelf.
Gotcha.
Oh.
That makes perfect sense. Now, again, you are going to be the guy that does it. Now, your patent is for what? Is for people can't make something like this?
It's not a patent because patents, there's a whole thing about patents. And with utility patents and stuff like that, I'm not going to go into the whole craziness of it, but it's copyrighted. And that's why on the bottom of the box, you have the copyright there. It's copyrighted and trademarked. Because
so with this thing inside here,
correct.
Nobody else can do that right now.
Is the copyright and trademark.
Is a Funko Pop case with this thing
correct.
on it. That correct. Is what the trademark is.
Correct.
Copyright.
Correct, exactly.
And is there actually like a time span for that?
So with a copyright and a trademark, there isn't.
Okay.
So it is that is actually what would prevent those big companies from trying to take this.
Yeah, that's my question. Because I hate to be the guy.
Yeah, no, it's
what makes it from this guy PSA saying go flock this guy. I'm gonna go for ram you up and make this.
Go for it. That's what I say right now. If you think you can and you can do it, go for it. It's not that easy.
It's not an easy thing. What makes me not want to squash you like a bug, right? Kind of thing.
No, I'm sitting here going,
Shark Tank,
with everything that I had to go through it, you'd have to create a whole nother, go for it. It's not easy.
Gotcha.
I'm sitting here going, and creating and then they're going to go, all right, now we got to somehow create a system. I've got hundreds of pages of notes and everything that I took to get the grading system. I went through 3 or 4 prototypes on the box to make sure the right glue and everything was used.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy. It's not. And if they want to, go for it. But at the same time, just like with CBCS, they got bought out by Beckett Entertainment. We all know that happened in this past year. If anybody's comic book savvy, they got bought out by Beckett. So now they're a subsidiary of them. Sure, if some big company wants to come up to me and go, hey, you already got everything going, I welcome it. I welcome the competition. If somebody else thinks they can come out and do it, go for it. But the thing of it is, why hasn't anybody done it yet?
Great attitude. Well, they attempted, and they not the greatest.
I mean, people, like you said, you thought about it last year. I've seen tons of people that said, I've thought about this, I've thought about this. I did too, but I attacked it. I sold 3/4 of my collection. I was like, I'm not going to just think about this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to go out there and get it done. And I'm not just going to do it. I'm going to do it good. I'm going to make sure that I spend what I need to spend, the time, the research, getting it done properly.
Well, yeah, and you have to come through some stuff too. So people are going to put, Sith, I think, asked this question. Fake Funko Pops, fake Funko boxes, how knowledgeable you on it, especially, there are, there's a lot out there. Like, I can send you a PA Vegeta right now, and I probably can find one part that you probably had no idea that actually existed on the thing. So, I'm not going to say if you know it or don't know it, but I would highly recommend you, team of individuals, to make sure they know every single thing. And the best way to do this now is joining Facebook groups that are specialized just for them. If you go join the Dragon Ball Z Facebook Funko group, you will find out that this is how you state and find this kind of fake Funko Pop, this one, and it's kind of more of a, you have to do the trial and error pursuit.
Absolutely. I think I'm a member of, 30 or 40 Funko groups right now on my page.
Right, so each
and
one of them...
And that's how I found things, and that's how you know, specifically, even like God Goku, I know is one. There's a lot of Dragon Ball Z ones that are fake. A lot. We all know that. Here's
a good question, too. So sometimes you'll get a box swap as well. So say the pop, say Daenerys, released in 2013. On the bottom of the box, it says 2015.
Yep.
Because they switched the box.
It's going to have to match up. Things are going to have to match up.
So if you got a pop that says it's 2013 gold Daenerys, and you look on the bottom of the box, it says 2017 or 16.
That is a factor.
And you would just send that back and said, not gradable, nothing.
Well, it's going to come back, but it's going to be in that case right there because you're paying for the case and you're paying for the grade. You'll get it in the case, and the grade is going to be not gradable.
And that's what they get for trying to do that. Even if they're not knowledgeable of it, they should know.
Exactly. And do I
put all these
expect
little
people to do that?
pinpoints on your website, obviously.
Yeah. I know people are going to try to do that. And when I get stuff, it's going to be looked up. That's why I got a team of people that we're going to look stuff up. It's not. That's why there's also a 4 to 6 weeks right now time span for getting something back.
Okay. Which is basically normal.
Yeah, exactly. That's a normal time span. And because if there is something, we're not going to just grade it and say, oh, right, cool, now it's on the way and you get it back in a week. No, we're going to be doing our research on it, making sure everything's good on it, making sure that it is what you say it is, and then we'll be like, yay or nay.
Right.
And that's why there's 4 to 6 weeks, even right now, because it's all going to be researched. And in the future, we're all going to have 10 times the knowledge, and we're going to be like, oh, this guy's trying to get away with this. We already know what this is. Done.
Yeah, because again, the gentleman asked for the fake, like a fake Funko Pop. Sometimes you can only see them if you take it out of the box, and I don't know.
Again, if something is suspect of that, it's going to get checked.
So, okay. All right.
Yeah.
I get it.
So,
100% get it. What else was I going to ask? Oh, the one thing out of this whole box that I don't like, and it kind of came upon me more after like a day or two later, is this. I think you can change this completely around.
It's still a work in process.
This could be like shiny. You could have some beautiful sticker on the flock of things like that.
That is actually that is something else that, just like with the name change, we've already had things that are in the works that are getting for that. So that's another thing. It will be a little
so pretty,
eye-catching.
Eye-catching.
Got better
sweet
stuff. I'm looking into a
less of all this shit on here.
Yeah, Yeah, no, that's another thing we're going to be going into. That was another
copyright
thing.
By LLC, by Sean
By
LLC.
Sean.
It just
it's
by
Sean LLC. I know.
There are like 15 of them on here.
I know. I know.
But I get it. You know, you want to make sure you got the right things down. But I can see this being very eye-catchy and beautiful.
Yeah. I mean, think about it. It's just a little bit taller than any other boxes that you got. Yeah, people go, well, it's a little bigger. Yeah, but you're not gonna, like I said, not every single one of your pops is gonna get graded. You're gonna get those really nice ones that you want, and you want to separate it from the rest. Well, you want to see that it's different, you know. Just with a,
I don't know. You might want to get all your grails graded. Like I might want to get my whole grail wall graded.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like here, the difference between a regular stack and this one.
Right. Now
you want it to be different. You want it to stand out.
Now, for $40, are you shipping these back for $40 as well?
It's going to be plus shipping on that.
Yeah, because you know it weighs over a pound. This thing costs $10.
It goes from about 8 to 12 ounces when you send it to about a pound and 8 ounces.
Yeah, once it hits a pound, you're screwed.
But all of that is actually calculated on the website. You'll choose when you choose everything with the insurance. That will all get calculated up into the final price before you pay.
Now, for $40, listen, guys, a Funko Pop stack costs you $10.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
$10. Now, for $30 more plus shipping, you can get yourself a graded Funko Pop that looks like this. It's like not, this. I mean, besides this thing, like I said, the thing looks pretty flocking awesome in your collection. Compared to, show it again. Compare those two next to each other, the Pikachu and the, like.
I mean,
this is your $100 pop here. Now, people are going to be asking me, what is the value of the pop? I know, does this increase the value or decrease the value? I'm the answer for that. You don't need to answer that. Ready? When I get a Funko Pop signed, if that signature costs me $25, it's $25 plus the pop. Yep. Whatever it is, you know? So if it's valued $25 and it costs me $25 for signature, the value at $50. So right now, if you took your Darth Maul glow-in-the-dark signed into it, it's worth $25, add $40 on it. As of what it's in the state of right now. Maybe the only thing that's worrying is if this company goes away. What do we do then? Right? That's the flaw. So now I've invested 2-3 years into you guys. I got all these 9-point whatevers. They're no longer around. And now PSA does everything. How do I... Or is it just that's the way life is, man? Flock up.
I'm here to stay. I'm not planning on going anywhere.
Obviously,
with this.
But you know, a lot of stuff could cost a lot of money. A lot of times, some people got interest. Some might get a kid, another kid. Some of your boys are gone. You have to go to Home Depot, get some people.
I mean, if you want to.
So if I wanted to just take my pop out of this, I just seal this up, take this out, and I'm good. All right?
Yeah, so if you wanted to, and I mean if it goes away, and you could just, you still got your pop in there, and if you take those off, it'll slide right out. You don't have to worry about that. It's not going to harm it. It's not going to damage it if you take it out. It will be perfectly fine. It's not like there's anything that's going to damage it from when it's taken out. It's just protecting it.
Right. And as I said, I want to show you guys because my camera's a little bit better on the comparison. Let me grab this. Like having this graded compared to this right here, that was just a random pop I grabbed off the wall.
Yeah, I'll take the random pop.
Yeah, I got 2 of these. I paid $15 for one this year. Man. This year too. So I can see just me sending this in as a hardcore person with a little extra funds in their collection, or even sell a pop.
Yeah.
To just have it looking like this. Once, I don't know how long it's going to take you for me to actually send it in for this kind of... Like, I'd probably have... Me personally, I'm going to have to wait a few months till you get this thing down on point.
That'll be taken care of.
Like for me, for you,
before anything else gets taken out, it'll be taken care of. Don't
like
worry
you know
about
what I'm saying? Like
we'll keep everything updated on the site so you can see that.
Like this, if this is me just talking, guys. If this can get into like wow factor, like I like this instead of a piece of paper, obviously. It's a prototype, I get it. Into, boom. Oh man. It's gonna look pretty flocking awesome in your collection for sure. Here's a question: sticker placement.
What's that?
See the sticker on there? It's a little off-centered. Does that really matter?
As long as it's on there and it's the correct sticker, that's what I'm looking for there.
Yeah, there's a lot of.
I know that they're sideways, upwards. As long as the sticker's on there and it's not being peeled off.
You could see that when people try to take it off, you can pretty much find them pretty easily.
You can instantly see that. And some was it the chocolate boo that has the Dragon Con sticker or not?
Yeah, right. And they're hard to. It's another thing, like you said with the bubble, it's factory basically. People are just sitting there.
Yeah, no, that's not like I said. You don't have to. And my whole point of this is you should be able to go into any store and do a visual inspection yourself without taking the pop out of the box and be able to go, this is worth getting done, or this is worth getting done. So, because I don't want to create something to where people are, going into the hot topics, the Best Buys in every place,
Walmart.
Walmart, going up to the, Chrome Thanos is going, doing all this and messing with their merchandise there in store before they buy it. I didn't want that. What I want is you go, yeah, I can. It's got the flat top. It's got the sticker on it. Everything's good.
That's where you lose us. We already do that. I know. I'm sitting there like
exactly.
I'm sitting there with the alignment, the corners, the bubble, bottoms, looking there, doing the blind. I do the blind. Feel like this, like make sure I'm not lying to myself. I'm telling you, it's what we do.
I've got in the past. Now imagine me being the person that's going and doing the grading now on these things. I have to send other people to get them for me because I take too long in the store looking at them. I'll look at every single one of them, and I'm like, and the people at Hot Topic hate me. Well, they don't hate me. They just unfortunately know me, and they're like, oh no, and I'm like, okay, now I got to go through like 30 Vegetos to find the 2 that I really want, and this is going to take 20 minutes.
At the end of the day,
it's worth it.
It's going to happen. You're going to get it, and people are going to do it. I know how everybody do it. Now, Sith axes, comic graders allow us a grading criteria list. This allows us to try and gauge for ourselves. Will they also provide such a list before? I would just say, basic knowledge of looking at the pop. But you're going to have to put, some kind of list on your website because, obviously, you're not going to be able to sit there like this kind of individually. And
it'll get loaded up. I've got that. I've already got that. If people want to see that, I'll post that. That's not a problem. So you can be able to, know, what a 1 and everything, what the actual grades are that go all the way from, a non-gradable all the way to the 10-0.
Okay.
We can post that. That's not a problem.
Okay. All right. I was just going to ask something else. You might even want to start a little YouTube channel tutorial thing.
Yes.
So that you can shut these motherfucking haters up.
Oh my God.
I'm just going to say it for that. No one in the chat because we love you guys. But, people automatically started saying negative stuff off of it. No, we don't need this. No. Well, technically we do kind of need it, and it's here. But for your sakes, I would go and make a tutorial videos on, 1, how you're going to ship your pop to you. How you're going to get it returned.
That's actually on the website right now.
All right.
Not a video, but we are going to make a video for that.
A video on what they're just you sitting there, put a green screen behind you and say, this is what we're looking for. Boom, boom, boom. Now, if shit changes like life does, you're going to have to consistently upgrade a new video. on this is what we're doing now. We got a better product, better whatever. There's obviously probably going to be a flaw in this eventually that you're going to upgrade because that's the way everything is, right? You're going to find something better and easier for yourself. So I highly recommend that. Just even if it's, bam, I'm going to do this, whatever it is. Changing up the way you're editing, the way you're looking for something new. Funko might be throwing on something new.
Yeah.
Here's a question too. So comic book shops, sometimes they got like a sticker on here. I got a Jam Master J. It says $10.99. It's a $450 pop. I'm not going to take that sticker off because it's going to leave some residue.
It's not. That is also not a factor. Like with GameStop, because I'm a manager at a GameStop, folks. I know they get the sticker slapped on them. It's the same factor though. If you try to take it off and it looks messed up, that's what's going to hurt you.
Right.
So
yeah, okay.
As long as the sticker looks good, I know, like you said, you got this expensive pop that's got on there. That's not going to affect it. It's not, because as long as it's there. Now, if you got it all scratched off and it looks wonky and stuff like that, yeah. But if you got like the
right
on my Jessica Rabbit up here, 1 second.
Fuck you, Jessica Rabbit.
Oh no! Come
I'm
on,
not
Jessica
into my
Rabbit,
girlfriend's.
She's my favorite.
I
went through 4 different places before I could finally get this one, and it was just crazy. But like on here, it's got, I don't know if you can see it there or not. Right there. Gotcha. It's got the sticker on the bottom.
Yeah. Don't make it.
It doesn't affect it.
It's what?
Well, it won't affect.
Okay.
It won't affect it.
It's really not your fault that the company.
No, exactly.
Besides, GameStop's the worst. You know, don't send your GameStop stickers in there, please, with that stupid tail in the back.
So since I started working there, I don't make anybody put anything on the pops.
Yeah. Well, that's you. So if somebody sends one with a big GameStop sticker on it, I guess you kind of got to grade it.
Yeah.
Like you said, whatever.
Yeah. But no, you don't have to worry about. And like I said, because you go, well, shoot, there's this big sticker on it. What do I do? I've taken, like I said, I've taken time and I've taken into account a lot, almost any variable I can think of, because I went through my entire set and was like, well, right. Okay, now I got this on there. How does that affect it?
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, like you said, there's nobody else doing this. You came up with doing it in the greatest way possible. Your biggest goal and journey right now is gaining the trust of the collectors. You're going to have to go to conventions, cons, local shows, putting your way out there. Say if I go to a Comic-Con or a convention, small one, say I left this with you for, I don't know, what would I do? I just leave it with you. Like right now, I'm just your first convention. You got people coming in. Hey, what do you do? Can I leave this with you for 4 hours or an hour? Can you come back? Is it going to be greater like that? Or it's not how it works?
So what happens is, as of right now, what I have implemented is I have I'll have these regular stacks with me. And as soon as you give it, now if you gave it to me in a stack like that,
this guy's going to go to a convention. He's going to have me show up with fucking 150 pops and be like, see you later, buddy.
No. No, I've got bankers boxes. Every single one of these is going to, once you hand them to us, as soon as we get them, goes into a sleeve. It is then placed into a box. Mm-hmm. They're never going to be hit. I will be hand carrying them, every single one. I won't ship anything home. Right. I'll be driving there to and from, so nothing gets damaged or anything like that.
Totally understand the trust factor with you.
Yeah, no. And then when I get back, it goes right into our system of everything else that gets graded, and will get shipped back to you. So gotcha. We will have, the plan that I have is to have forms for everybody to fill out for each individual pop, so we know every single one. When it gets put into its case, that piece of paper will go right into it, so all that information for that pop stays with it until it is put into its vault and sent back to you.
Gotcha. I like it, the vault. Beautiful.
And as soon as you hit, we don't even touch we will have our gloves with us.
Right.
From day one.
Most likely, the people who show up with them are going to come in with a pop stack, anyways. I'm like,
exactly.
Put it in.
So, yeah, we'll have them there for like I said, if you just buy one from the guy down 2 shops down, and he didn't want to give you a flocking,
Yeah, look at him. Flocking, you heard that? What was I gonna say? Oh, are you gonna put up like, it's $40 for one, but is there like buy five? If I like some of the companies do.
Probably we'll probably
Soon.
have.
You gotta put the numbers together that'll make, like, say, hey, I'm gonna send you 4, but well, technically, if I send you 5, I get maybe half off on one or one for free. You know, especially starting out too. You're not gonna want to make money at first, right? We all understand that. You're not gonna want to make it at first, but eventually, shit happens. Next thing you know, it's gonna cost $100 or whatever. $50 down the road, pop stocks get more expensive, whatever. Everything goes up. Now, I think you're in a great situation. I think you got I'm glad that you have a bunch of individuals with you.
Yeah, it's not. That was another big concern people had was, it's just me. It's not just me.
Not just you.
I got a team.
On your website, you should add a little bio about yourself and your guys.
Yeah, we're planning on putting that up. We've got we're like we've got everything ready. It's just not there yet. But we do have all that information. It's getting done. It's gonna, I'd say, probably a week or two. That entire thing is gonna be 100%. We just wanted to get this ready right now. That if you were on board and wanted to, we got you right now.
Right.
It's there for you. Because we wanted to start this January 1st. We got it to the point where we can start it January 1st. And feedback. We've got a little thing for feedback down there. Just like this. Every little bit helps, especially at this point in time in a brand new company.
Yep.
If you guys are feeling something, let us know, because this is the point in time when we make those changes and make it good for you all. And we want the input. This is just what the team and I have come up with. This is what we thought was good, but that it's what you all, everybody out there wants. And that's what we're here for. We're here to make it, like you said, different labels. Again, we had already thought about that, but yeah, it's gonna happen. We're gonna have a signature series, just like with everything else. If there's a way to confirm or authenticate the signature that you have, you will get a signature series sticker on it versus a regular one.
That's pretty cool. Interesting. Like I said, we talked about the White Ranger pop. Hey, look, signed. I don't have the certificate. I think there might be one on there, but I got video.
Oh, you got a video?
I got a video of me sending it in, blah blah blah.
Exactly.
I got a video of him asking me for a picture. No big deal. How you doing, guys?
Exactly. So if you have some way of authenticating it, picture, COA, you'll get a signature series, and it's no extra cost for that.
I like that. I got a bunch of OG stuff signed.
Exactly.
Cool.
And so instead, now you can take that regular graded, and you're like, no, now it's not just a regular graded. Yeah. It's the signature series.
I got the signature series pop, signed, blah, 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 which you should keep a database, obviously, for the signature stuff, because my only database right now is me just saying, hey, I got the one of two, because I've only seen 2 Instagram posts with it. Right? You know what I'm saying? So, now for a giveaway of this, well, I want to say this too. So you want people to know about this, talk about this. I recommend you reaching out to other YouTube channels as well. Top Pops, Jedi Patrol, Bearded Pop Hunter, people who are known and know about value-ish. I'll probably send you a list of few people.
Sure.
Just so they can see it in hand. You don't gotta send them a regular ass pop.
Yeah, I will be having, just even since your video yesterday, I've got 3 people that want demos already, so they can start doing stuff.
Get some YouTube people, not just the bloggers. Get the YouTube people.
They are the YouTubers. They are YouTubers.
I bet Jedi Patrol probably hit you up 15. How many times Jedi Patrol hit you up?
Exactly.
How many times? 15? 10?
What's that?
How many times did Jedi Patrol hit you up?
I don't know.
Probably 10 times. Now, as for a giveaway for this, I want to give this away to one person, because this one person has written an entire list of all these questions. He went on my Instagram page. He was on my YouTube channel. He was in this live stream asking questions non-flocking stop. Absolutely. And that is Sith as Flock. Okay. He is a individual who has graded comics, graded cards, graded coins. He's been involved in this. He mentioned it in a huge, possibly the largest comments that was actually on the YouTube page
Yes.
was his with all these questions, and he's been the loudest voice in this chat.
Wonderful.
On YouTube, on Instagram. I would love to give one of these to him. Should he send you one, or is it better off you sending him one? Which is pretty cool. Pretty interesting, too. Or should let him decide. Let him decide. How about that? We'll let him. How about we just let him decide if he wants to send one in, or if he just wants one.
If he sends one in, we'll get all the information of where he can send it into. And he can send, again, I was going to say, if I send him one, it's not going to be a great one because I don't have, like I said, I sold most of my grails to get this going. So if he's got one that wants to send in, we'll take care of it and we'll get it right back.
Right, that sounds great. So set this flock, send all that information to me so I can send one of my pops in. Yeah, so like individuals that I want to send to you is like Greg Cook. So people who collect not just Funko Pops, people that collect like hot toy figures.
Yeah.
Who know quality.
Exactly.
Quality. So quality individuals. So Greg Cook would definitely be on there. Top Pops obviously is on there. Jedi Patrol. These guys collect more than just.
I know their names too.
You're like, you know, they some people just collect, you know, a regular common Funko Pop kind of thing, and then there's people who collect.
Yeah.
Rare stuff. Those are the people that you'd want to be interested to. You just don't want to be sending. Some guy who collects anime pops.
And this is how I gain the trust of everybody. These videos, everything is. I'm here to show you that it is real, and this is how I want to gain the trust. We'll get these out. More and more people we'll get these demos out to people.
Yep.
Anybody that wants the demos, I'll do the deal that I had posted from a little while ago. The first dozen people that ask for a demo, I will have the deal for them. That is, if I send you the demo.
Maybe you should just have.
We'll see. We'll see what goes.
Because I'd rather you have these bigger guys. You know, first people simple. Hey, Brittany, go make 5 accounts up real quick. Something like that. You know. So I would recommend you going with that route with reaching out to these guys who have Josh Pence is another big one. He I'll send you his information too. You know, these people got large collections and they have an influence in the community because
that's exactly what I want.
Right,
that's where I want to be able to gain the trust because I know like you said, all these names are.
Yeah. Well, you don't want to get some guy that just comes in here. Hey, can you send me one? I do unboxing videos.
Like, no, like you said, we'll get. I'll talk with you and get the people that you know, and we'll go from there. We'll use that, and I'll talk to each of those people, and we'll get something for those people together for that.
All right. The gentleman Sith asks, thank you. He's humbled and everything. Now he said, what if you don't agree with the grade? Can we appeal?
As of right now, no.
Makes sense.
Unfortunately.
Well, because if it's a common fault, you know.
Yeah.
It's tough, too, because it's, you know, I see I have a little nick on here. And what do you like? It's so hard to be like, oh, that if I'm sending this in, I'm sending you my holographic Darth Maul. I know it got like 3 or 4 little dings on there. Am I just minusing the points myself? And next thing you know, you are minusing 10 points from there. It's definitely a tough, rough stage, and best of luck to you on that one. Just like any other
collectible, that's the whole point. Is you do that, but then again, how many Darth Darth Mauls are there?
Exactly. So if I send you one, now if it has the same kind of tear as the one that's just a regular common, it gets the same point taken off, correct?
Correct. It is fair form and impartial to any but again, but like I said, it's the $5 comic versus the $1 million comic.
Right.
It's going to get the
same system.
And that's how it has to be. It has to be, and it gets treated the same way. I'm not gonna hold the $5,000 one any different from the $5 one.
That's what we want to hear, right? Again, good luck. Maybe I'll see you at a convention, maybe a con one day. People are gonna like these things once they see them.
And I want to just thank everybody that was here, and I can't wait to look at this more. And please, especially want to thank you again. so much. Thank you for helping me out here and getting this going.
I like the fact that you were kind of the bad guy around this time. Usually I'm the bad guy with these motherfucking people.
Hey, I'll take it off your shoulders for a little bit.
So it's a little good team here, you know, and I just keep it simple. Oh, Josh Pence is in Ohio as well, too. So,
cool.
Oh, and Cincy Nerds up there too. These guys, I don't know if it collects pops though, but you know, these people in they toy hunting like no other. So maybe you can meet up with them in person.
That'd be awesome. Like I said, we could put my information at the bottom of the page. I'll give you some of the new, because I've got the new Instagram going, and literally, I know if you check it out, that there's a new Facebook page, new Instagram page, the
might want to start a little Facebook group.
Yeah, it's all new. So if you look at it, you'll see actually the Darth Vader that was there. I'm still waiting for final things for some logo information. But if you see, oh my God, he's got no viewers, it's because literally today is the day that all that has started.
Yeah, I know you've been in a rush. He's been telling me, so excited. Yeah. He was like crying, please open your goddamn pop. I was like, I'll do it. I usually don't do it. But I also, I recommend at least either once a week or once a month, you go make a YouTube channel, get it a little bit known or whatever. Yep. You just go on there doing live streams, asking questions, answering questions just like this. It's simple. It's easy.
100%.
Right? Answering questions, getting known in there. Who knows? Maybe someone will partner up with you. Like, and I know a great company that would partner up with you. His name's Coverly. Coverly is a company that is a grading company as well for Funko Pops. That for value. They value their pops. They are in the same competition as eBay. So you would put eBay in their same competition. They're trying to redo the entire market. So meaning with that is, so you say this pop is worth $50 on Stashpedia.
Yeah.
But right now, there's no pops on there.
So how do you grade it? Yeah.
How are you going to grade it if there's nothing on there? So what they do is, you go on there, you list your own. Hey, I'm selling this right now for $50. Now, that determines the value because that's the one that's listed on there. If there's nothing listed, there's no value for it. So they rate the value on what is currently listed on the market. I think you might want to team up with an individual like that because he is brand new. He's brand new as well, and he has a complete company with a complete database of everything you would kind of be able to work with each other at conventions and cons as something. I'm going to tell him about you. I'm going to have him reach out to you, and you reach out to him and stuff like that.
Yeah, 100%.
This guy's good. I trust him. Met with him. Drove all the way out here from the city one day. I still never made a video for him.
Oh, no.
But it's always back in my mind on something different. Like I said, he's competing with, or you guys are competing with, something new. Something that is totally different.
Decided to make my own ballpark, man.
And this is what he's doing. He's made a website based off of competing against eBay. Can't say this is value, or Stashpedia or Pop Rescue, he's putting them all in one. Can't say this is valued $50 if it's not on there. But now if I put this on there for $75, well, technically it's valued at $75 because it's the only one listed. Yeah. So maybe I'll make that video soon.
Absolutely.
All right. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Sith's Flock, hit me up or hit up the VVGS GS on Instagram. They're going to hook you up. Go follow their page. They're going to do some postings. Do one a week if you have to, all right? There you go.
Yeah, absolutely.
Start out once a week. Next thing you know, it's 2 days a week. Next you're doing it 5 times a day. That's how it goes. It gets addicting, man.
I hope so. I hope
like
so.
You got
I hope
addicted.
I have that problem.
You got addicted to your building this motherflocker. Just like a real completist collector, we are addicted to buying complete sets, complete everything. I want to get something done as fast as possible. So our trust as a collector is definitely in your hands. Hope you guys enjoyed this. Thank you once again. And have a good one, buddy.
Thank you, guys. Have a good one.
I'm out. Where is the end of this live stream? Is it this one? Nope. It is on this one.